Yo, what up, you guys? Magic IQ here, back on Need for Speed Unbound for the first time in a little while. I mean, we uploaded that C8 build recently, but really we've been on TESTAROSSA and a couple other games on stream, just trying to enjoy ourselves in this gaming realm. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, though, as a lot of you guys have been asking for my top 3 builds of Volume 3. Make sure you guys go ahead and leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, letting me know that you guys want to see some more Need for Speed content, but I don't know how much longer we're going to be pushing it past September. You might see the Need for Speed content come to an end. I may come back to this game every now and then once there's an update or something, but in general, like when I play this game, it's really hard for me to get on and just stream this game even. I think I might have ruined it for myself, in all honesty, constantly looking for the best builds, the best times, and things like that, but I tried the drifting thing out. I kind of got it down, and I just don't enjoy the physics of it. It's just not fun. Good, like even though I do get decent points, like I'm not bad at it now. I've practiced it a little bit, and I just genuinely just don't enjoy, playing it for a long period of time. And that's just complete transparency and honesty with you guys. But first things first, let's get straight into this video, because I don't want to skimp you guys out on this one. I do a top 3 builds every update, and I figured we'd do it again, but I'm gonna change the format up a little bit this time. So essentially what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to do a best cornering car, a best top speed car, and a best kind of all-around vehicle for the class. It's still 3 cars per class, but it's formatted a little differently. And first things first, we're going to start with B class. So the difference with B class is there's not really going to be a top speed category. It's just going to be a 1, 2, 3 thing. Okay, it's going to be pretty much the same as last time. We still got the RSR kicking it. We still got the TESTAROSSA kicking it. But the difference is now we have the NSX in there a little bit higher. I think the NSX is probably the number 2 spot now over the TESTAROSSA, with the RSR still being that number 1 spot. It's pretty hard to beat that car at this point. It holds a lot of records. I believe the 180SX might be in the 3 spot as well, but just I personally don't have the build for it. So as far as I'm concerned, the top 3 is still RSR number 1, number 2 NSX, and number 3 TESTAROSSA. I honestly don't feel like testing out the B class anymore because those cars are so closely comparable. It's all about driver mod at that point. So if you're using any 4 of those vehicles, in all honesty, you're going to be successful. Again, all builds for this video, as always, will be linked down below in the description. Now, for A class, I've seen some builds recently with the S2000, but to my knowledge, and as far as except for maybe one track, the TESTAROSSA is still the top speed king of A class. So the TESTAROSSA is going to be your top speed king of A class. Now, as far as cornering goes for A class, the 180SX is still a monster. Now, I'm going to be honest. In the next class, A+, that thing used to be dominant. I don't know what happened to the car. It seems like after the update in A+, the 180SX fell off. So, kind of a spoiler alert for when we get there. Feels like the car fell off in that category. But for the number 3 spot in A class, I actually have a personal favorite of mine. And you can throw the S2000 in there as well if you guys want. But I personally don't like the consistency of the handling of that vehicle. I'm going to throw in the 240SX Sylvia K's. I really like that car, and that's going to be in my number 3 spot. You could also throw the RSR as an honorable mention for a cornering car as well. It still corners very well. It's just, not better than the 180SX at this time. Now, when it comes to A+, the undisputed top speed king of A+, still to this day, is the TESTAROSSA. Again, dominating that class. I don't really know what really comes close to it in terms of world records as much as A+ for top speed. Now, this update might make you think, well, it doesn't have a super clutch or an elite clutch, but it only has 4 gears, and you launch in second anyway. And I don't know if you guys know this, but if you shift as soon as the light, goes green, you will be go shifted into second gear. So you can essentially start any car that started in second gear still, without the deficit of having to that slow shift off the start. You can just click it as fast as possible, and if you time it right, essentially this is how you'll launch the car. So you'll be revving it, and you'll shift instantly, and it'll launch just like that. So make sure you guys test that out for that car in A+. It's still a beast. Now, when it comes to cornering, I used to say the 180SX, but that thing just, I'm telling you, I literally have no idea what happened. Used to be the RSR, but because of the gearing with the launch in that car, it's just not there anymore. Kois and I have been testing out the MURCIELAGO. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I think it's pretty underrated. I think you guys should see this build video coming up. I'm trying to get times for it. We'll see if I can, just because me personally, it's been really hard for me to grind this game, I guess you can say, but I'm going to get some times for you and put it out there, but I'm going to say the 180SX is definitely no longer in the top 3 just because of whatever nerf happened to it. Feels like it can't launch anymore. It's ridiculous. But the Murcielago, I would say, is in that number 2 spot. Statistically, it's very nice. I know a lot of people have been testing the DeLorean too. I just don't like the consistency of the handling of that car, and the Murcielago feels a lot smoother. But I like that car as well as the 718 Cayman, so I'm going to put those both kind of in the best cornering car section there. Now, when it comes to the all-around car, I think the Testarossa pretty much kills it there too. If you use that mid-range momentum build that I have in the Testarossa, that thing is pretty close to unstoppable in certain sections. That thing's a beast, if you will. The 240Z is also a very, very good car as well. If you guys want to look into that and build that for yourselves, let me know if you guys want to see that on the channel as well. I can make it happen. But as far as A+ goes, those are my top 3 picks, essentially. Now, for S-Class, we're actually going to go ahead and hop in an S-Class race, because why not? I'm just doing an over-commentary anyway. Now, for the best top speed car in S-Class, I'm still going to give it to the GTR. The thing, even though you launch it so low, still just picks up so well. I don't know what it is, but that thing is an absolute beast, man. That thing is very, very impressive. Now, when it comes to the Corner King car, it's definitely going to have to actually be this car right here, which the build for this car was found by Slide. So if you guys want to go check that out over on Alex Cornet's channel, that thing is an absolute beast. That man's getting sub 50s after the update with the nerf to the launch of the car. It's pretty ridiculous. Now, when it comes to an all-around car, I actually love that 718 Cayman, okay? But I'm going to be honest, the 4GT is just a little bit faster on blue collar and on getting high tonight than the 718 Cayman. Even though that 718 Cayman has that top speed, a little bit of an edge, I'm going to give those cars kind of that, they're kind of close to tied, if not one slightly outdoes the other in the momentum area. Launch this thing in 3rd, basically. Go shifting right off the launch there. 4th, 5th, 6th. Just going to finish this video. Oh my god, holy bounce. Oh, okay. You know what? Then this is what I mean by it's hard for me to play this game. There's just things like that happen that just completely discourage me from continuing on in my grinding in this game. So, as far as it goes now, I think the last class to talk about is S+. Nothing has really changed in S+, if I'm being honest. It's still, I think you could say, like the 918 Spyder, the FXXK, and the Regera are all right there. The Exige is also right there. Those 4 cars are probably going to be in your top 3 to 4 slots, switched out per race. As long as at that point it's kind of driver mod. These top 3 areas, guys, it's going to be a lot about driver mod and knowing which car to use for every single track. At the end of the day, there's going to be some standouts here and there, but those 3 cars perform consistently across all races, having to do with those specific variables that I gave you, which is either top speed or cornering. They prefer the most consistent, is what I use those cars for. So I hope you guys enjoyed. That's my top 3 for Volume 3. I'm sorry for the lack of energy towards this game. I'm trying to pick it up, man, but just sometimes, you know, it's really hard to grind something you're just totally not in. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow the Twitch, I will be going live for the Motorfest beta, and you guys will be able to get codes from the stream. So if you guys want a closed beta code, make sure you guys tune into that stream. I will be streaming the beta when it goes live on, I believe, the 19th or something it is. I don't remember exactly when the date was announced, but you guys go ahead and look that up. I'll have all information down below in the description, being my link to my Twitch and a link to my Kick, which we will primarily be streaming on once the game and everything else like that releases. Or if you guys want to catch me on just chatting, we'll be watching fun videos on there sometimes, as well as doing other content like, you know, RP content on an Insurgency Sandstorm type of game for military and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been Magic IQ, and I'm out. Peace.